It's the first in the nation and a break for UTPA student Abraham Diaz Alonso. He will soon be living in this dream home for undocumented students for free, all thanks to the nonprofit group Dream Homes of Sands of Pearl.
It's something that I'm going to get to live a couple of minutes from campus, but not just live out near campus. Also give back to the community through this dream home.
Alonso tells Action 4 he will work with other students living in the home to help the community. The rent for the home will be paid through the nonprofit group, allowing students to focus on their classes. Sarah Chavez, the executive director for the group, says she helped make this home a dream come true because of her friends and her own struggles.
And so when I started hearing these stories from these students, I saw some of mine within it, but there was so much more struggle within their pursuit of a degree, and I really respect that.
Well, this dream home is expected to open up in August of this year and house 7 undocumented students. While the students do not have to worry about making payments to the home, they can focus on school and graduation.
They're all going to get degrees, and I'm going to encourage them to get graduate degrees, and it's just going to keep going on from there.
Alonso tells Action 4 while there may be backlash for the students living in the home for free, he believes the struggles they have gone through is worth the opportunity.
It's not just a freebie. It's to those people who have already worked hard to get to college, or who are already in college, who have gone through the struggles and overcame those struggles.
Reporting in Edinburgh, Elizabeth Espinosa, Action 4 News. It's that time of year.
When that fruit starts to bloom, and what a fragrant, beautiful smell it is in the valley. It's one of my all-time favorites.
Right now, citrus growers are harvesting oranges, tangerines, and grapefruit in the valley. It's a big part of Del Murden's life. He's grown this crop of grapefruit, one of many he owns, for the past 3 years. Murden says he has welcomed the recent cooler temperatures, making his grapefruit taste better. The citrus just can't undergo freezing temperatures.
Let it last a little longer and also help the sugars get up in the fruit.
Well, since it has been cold this past week, growers tell me that they aren't too concerned about the fruit that's already on the trees. They say that they just hope there isn't another cold snap because it might hurt the crops for next year. Murden tells Action 4 he's also concerned about the rain. Portions of the valley are forecasted to see up to 2 inches of rain over the next few days, possibly harming the citrus for next year's harvesting season.
And fruit quality will become a problem if we stay wet again for a long period of time like we've been this winter. Quality would slowly deteriorate over time just with a real wet, soggy condition.
But Murden says he has welcomed the cooler temperatures in his 30-year career. The citrus grower and president of Texas Citrus Mutual began working in the industry right out of high school. He tells Action 4 he plans to stay around even through hard times doing something he enjoys.
And we've survived. We're still here, we're still standing. And
I'm going to show you a little bit of the K2. It does look like marijuana.
The Rio Grande City Police are reaching out to teens and parents amid spring break, warning them the dangers of synthetic marijuana and another drug, Whippet, with a PSA on social media. Chief Noe Castillo says teens and young adults use these drugs more this time of year.
Summer's when kids have more time to do stuff, so we're going to try to get into the schools a little bit more.
Castillo says the packaging synthetic marijuana is in can fool parents.
If somebody sees it in a backpack or something, they'll think they're gummy bears or some other type of candy.
While police are cracking down on drivers this spring break, just last year a man crashed into the cemetery steel fence while he was high on synthetic marijuana. Castillo tells Action 4 drivers also are using Whippet while on the road. Users blow up the balloon with the metal piece, then inhale the balloon for a 30-second high. Castillo encourages parents to constantly ask their kids if they see anything suspicious at schools or with friends. He says synthetic marijuana is hard to identify if they don't know what they are looking for.
You kind of oversee, because of all our busy lives, what's going on in their lives, and they need to catch it before it gets worse and something happens to our kids.
Dangers that could follow are users having seizures to brain damage. Castillo says synthetic marijuana is laced with multiple chemicals, and it could take one time to end your life.
It could change somebody's life forever.
Many drivers use their phones to check social media or to text, but be aware, the Harlingen Police Department is on the lookout enforcing the city ban. I actually went on a ride along with the Harlingen Police to see how often drivers are stopped after checking their phone. It's something you may see every day. People texting and driving, and if you're passing through Harlingen, be warned, it's against the law.
When you're being pulled over, we have a city ordinance that prohibits you from viewing your cell phone while you're driving.
Officer Mark Guadava says drivers like the one just pulled over claim they don't know about or they deny.
They'll say, well, I wasn't texting, like I said, it was I was using my GPS or whatnot. I try to, at the least, educate them.
The texting while driving ban has been in effect for the last 3 years in Harlingen, with cities like Austin and San Antonio taking it a step further by banning usage of any kind of handheld devices while driving. Officer Cuerva says it's something to consider here locally.
It's not just making my job easier, we are trying to reduce crashes and collisions.
And it may not entirely be up to each city. This year, the Texas legislature will consider a bill that, if approved, would make it illegal for you to use handheld devices while driving.
Anything we can do to make the streets safer is what we need to do.
When asked why some people may see a police officer using a cell phone or other electronic devices while on the road, Sergeant John Parrish says that it is only allowed when responding to an emergency.
There are going to be times as an emergency responder that we are going to need to utilize things to help us effectively do our job.
But always, Officer Cuerva says they remember to use caution.
The last thing we want to do in an emergency vehicle is cause a collision.
Well, now some other cities in the valley that have a ban on texting include Penitas, Palmview, Mission, McAllen, Brownsville, and even Alamo. For now, live in the newsroom, Elizabeth Espinosa, Action 4 News.